Good morning, students of class 7. Welcome to your online class from LPM Public School, Gola Bajar. Students, as my second chapter is under process, chapter 2, Nutrition in Animals. So, today I will explain you about the digestion. What is digestion? Digestion is the process by which the food is broken into complex food is broken into a simpler form. In such form, the form in which the body, the blood can absorb in it, in such form the food is broken. So breaking of complex food into simpler form is called digestion. Today I will explain you about the digestion. Just now I have told you what is digestion and digestive system in human beings. So in human beings, whatever the parts that helps in the digestion of food is called alimentary canal, and that alimentary canal is length of that alimentary canal is near about 10 meter long, which extends from mouth to anus point. Here I have drawn the diagram. You can see here from mouth part through the stomach, okay, the small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus, up to anus. This whole length of this alimentary canal is of 10 meter. And students, the gland which helps as a supporter and releases enzymes into the food, helping the food to digest the various components present in the food like fat, protein, to digest all those components which are present in the food. By the side, liver, pancreas, they secreted various types of digestive enzyme that helps the food to digest. So, here you have seen, as I have made a diagram of a human digestive system. This is the tongue, this is the oral cavity through which the food has been taken, and this is the tube which we call esophagus. Here is a salivary gland present from where the saliva is released, and that salivary amylase, an enzyme present in that saliva is salivary amylase that helps in digestion, partly digestion of food in the mouth while chewing. We chew the food, and that from that salivary gland, the saliva that is released, that makes the food soften, and so that food could be easily swallowed through this esophagus tube, and it comes and falls into the stomach. Here, various glands are present inside the stomach, as well as a gland that uses HCl acid, HCl, that helps to destroy, to digest those germs particles if it might had came through the source of food. It destroys those germs particles, and further through the various process of the help of the gland that releases the digestive enzyme, the food starts digesting here. Here in stomach, the food is partly digested. Then rest digestion. For the next digestions, the food has been passed in the small intestine. And while doing so, liver, pancreas releases few digestive enzymes that falls under food to digest the food components just like fat and protein. There mostly the food is, this is the last part where the food is maximized, digested. Then the further the undigested part of the food is passed in the large intestine. Here in the large intestine there is no need for the digestion of food. So what occurs here? In the large intestine, the walls of the intestine absorb the excess water present in that waste product of that food, undigested food parts, and makes the waste product in semi-solid form by absorbing the excess water, and further passes the undigested food material in the rectum and through the body opening that is called anus point. The waste material is removed away from the body. So just now I have told you from the start, beginning, the mouth, from the mouth here the food enters. When we take the food in the mouth, that I have already explained to you, that is called the ingestion. Ingestion is the process by which the food is taken inside the body. First, the food is chewed properly by the help of the teeth present inside the mouth. This is called the buccal cavity, where we take the food and chew it. While chewing the food, the teeth present in our mouth helps in grinding the food particles. At the same moment, the tongue which is present in the mouth helps the food mixing with the saliva that is released from the salivary gland. That saliva mixed with the food and makes the food slippery, so that it could easily pass through this esophagus and falls in the stomach. The teeth, how many, do you know how many types of teeth are there? There are 4 different types of teeth. The front 4 teeth in upper jaw and front 4 teeth in lower jaw. These are called the biting teeth and they are known as incisors. Those front teeth are known as incisors. And by the side of these 4 teeth, one this side in lower jaw and another this side in lower jaw, that means 2 in lower jaw and 2 in upper jaw. That's 2 and 2, total 4 canine teeth, which we call it tearing teeth, that helps to tear anything. So total in the lower jaw and the upper jaw mixing 4 incisor and 4 up, so 8 incisors total. 2 canines in lower jaw and 2 canines in upper jaw, total 4 canines. And next, beside these 2 canines in the lower jaw, there are premolar and molar. Premolar, by the side of canine there is a premolar, 2 in the lower jaw, 2 premolar in one side and 2 premolar in the other side. So in one jaw, 2 and 2, 4 premolars in the lower jaw and 2 premolar in the upper beside canine and 2 premolar in this side in the upper jaw means total 4 in lower jaw and 4 in upper jaw. 8 premolars are there, by the help of which we chew or crush our food particles which we have taken in our mouth. Now student, beside this premolar, there is 3 molar in the lower jaw on one side and 3 molar on the other side in the lower jaw. Means in each jaw there is 3 and 3, 6 molars in lower jaw and same 6 molar in upper jaw. So total 12 molars in both the jaw, total 8 premolars in both the jaw, total 4 canines in both the jaw, and total 8 incisors in both the jaw. So if you will count all these, incisors, 4 plus 4, 8 incisors, which is the front biting teeth. Canines, 2 plus 2, 2 in each jaw and 2 in upper jaw. So 4 canines, that is called the tearing teeth. Premolar, 4 in each jaw. So 4 plus 4, 8 in both the jaw, which we, by the help of which we chew, crush the food. Then molar contains 6 plus 6 in each jaw and other 6 in other jaw, so 6 is 12. So student, if you add all these 12 and 8, 20, 20 and 8, 28, 28 and 4, 32. So you will find there are total 32 teeth. Okay students. Now these are not same in all the ages humans. Below little age, that means below the age of 20, you can see there are not the premolars, the molars are not developed so much. So the set or the number of teeth in at that time is 20. Okay, just like in case the number of first set of milk teeth, in case the number of first set of milk, the first set means when a child grows at the age of 8 months onwards, there's the teeth that starts coming out till the age of 10 to 12 years. That teeth is called the milk teeth or infant teeth or milk teeth. And at that moment the number of teeth are 20. Okay, the number of teeth are 20. How? That is 4 incisors in front lower jaw, 4 incisors in front upper jaw. That means 8 incisors and 2 canines in lower jaw and 2 canines in upper jaw. That is 4 canines. There is no premolars at that age, and the number of molars are 4 in each jaw. That means I am talking about the infant teeth, not the permanent teeth. This is the counting of the permanent teeth. I am telling about the infant teeth. Infant teeth contains what? Infant teeth contains incisors. How much? 8 incisors, 4 in each jaw. Canines, 4 canines, 2 in each jaw. Premolar is absent, molar is present. So 8 molars. That means here is 6 molars in one jaw. So in the infant teeth or milk teeth, there contains the total 8, means 4 molars in one jaw and 4 in other jaw. Means counting of both the jaw, that's total 8. So if you count here, it will 20 teeth. That means an infant child has got 20 milk teeth in their mouth, and a grown matured person has got 32, because here it is the premolar and 2 molars, number of molars also increase in both the jaw, so the numbers become 32. So students, today I am explaining you about what is dilation, the various elementary canal, parts of those elementary canal by the help of diagram I have shown you here. Number of teeth present in the infant, that is called the milk teeth or infant teeth, 20 in number, and the number of permanent set of teeth, this is called the permanent teeth, which has got 32 in numbers. Okay students, so today up to here only. Meet you in the next class. Thank you, have a nice day. Hope so you have enjoyed the video, and you must draw the diagram in your copy. Okay students, thank you.